All right, let's talk about the brand new 2025 iron lineup from TaylorMade. And wow, it's a big one. There is literally a club for every single type of golfer out there. So today, we're going to break down the entire family of irons to figure out which one is the perfect fit for you and your game. TaylorMade has laid out this entire spectrum of clubs. Think of it like a roadmap. It goes from clubs that give you the absolute most help possible, all the way to these razor-sharp blades for the pros. So the question isn't, what's the best iron? The real question is, where are you on that map? And that's exactly what we're here to figure out. Okay, so let's start at the very beginning of that journey. We're talking maximum help. So first up are the Qi and the Qi HL series. This is TaylorMade's entry point. These clubs are all about one thing: making golf easier. Period. Especially those long irons, the 4, 5, and 6 irons that pretty much everybody struggles with. They've packed the tech in here to get that ball up in the air without you having to do much work. But, and this is a big but, there's always a trade-off, right? And here it is. The trade-off for all that forgiveness is, well, it can feel and sound a little clicky at impact. And you might get these occasional flyers, the ones, where you flush it and it just goes 10, 15, even 20 yards longer than you expect. Now, for a new golfer, that's maybe not a big deal, but for someone who's trying to dial in their distances, that lack of consistency can be a real problem. All right, let's move up the ladder a bit into what I would call the sweet spot of this lineup. This is the people's champ. And why is it the champ? Well, the P790 is rumored to be the #1 best-selling iron in all of golf. Not just TaylorMade, but all of golf. And it's because it solves this one huge problem for the average player. It's this idea right here. It looks like a blade, but does not play like one. And that is the magic formula. You look down and you see this sleek, beautiful, professional-looking club. But when you hit it, all that hidden tech inside gives you the forgiveness you secretly need. It's the absolute best of both worlds. So, what do they actually change for 2025? It's all about the seal. See, one of the knocks on older P790s was that they felt a little numb, kind of cushiony. You could hit it dead on the toe or pure in the center, and it felt pretty much the same. This year, with the new forged face and all the tech inside, they fixed that. Now, you actually get feedback. You know where you hit it on the face, and that is absolutely crucial if you're trying to get better. So what's this number, 174 yards? Get this. That was the carry distance of a 7-iron, hit horribly off the toe. I mean, a really bad mishit. To get 174 yards out of a shot like that, that's just insane. It really shows you just how much of a safety net is built right into this club. Okay, so now we're stepping into the next tier, the player's tier. This is where the whole equation starts to flip. We're going to start trading a little bit of that raw forgiveness for a whole lot more precision and feel. And before we dive into the specific clubs here, you gotta understand this one concept: progressive CG. It sounds complicated, but it's actually really simple. It just means the center of gravity, the sweet spot, is in a different place for each iron. In the long irons, it's super low to help you launch the ball high and easy. But in your short irons, your scoring clubs, it's higher. And why would they do that? For more piercing, controlled ball flight that lets you attack pins. It's all about optimizing every single club for its specific job. All right, first up in this tier is the P770. And honestly, this club is kind of a unicorn. Here's why. A lot of modern irons are loft-jacked, right? They stamp a 7 on what's really a 6-iron to make you think you hit it farther. Well, the P770 doesn't do that. It has traditional tour-preferred lofts, but it's still got that hollow body construction with just a little bit of speed foam inside. So you get that player's club feel and look, but with a touch of that P790 help baked in. It is a fantastic bridge club for players who are getting really, really good. So here's a quick look at how these players' irons stack up against each other. You've got the P770, the P7CB, and the P7TW. That's the Tiger Woods model. And you can see the trend, right? As you move from left to right, forgiveness goes down, but feel and workability, the ability to shape your shots, go way, way up. This is the fundamental choice every skilled player has to make. And that brings us to the P7CB. This is a pure forged cavity back iron. When you pure one of these, oh my gosh, the feel is just incredible. There's nothing like it. But, and it's a huge but, if you miss the center of the face, you are going to pay the price. We're talking a penalty of 20+ yards. That's not just a little offline. That is the difference between being on the green and being in some serious, serious trouble. But then, things get a little weird. What if the hardest looking club to hit actually wasn't? Yeah, you're reading that right. The testers actually said, I think the TW irons are more forgiving than the CBs. How is that even possible? These are Tiger Woods' personal blades. Well, the theory is that the specific way Tiger has his clubs weighted, with that tungsten and the unique sole design, it actually makes them more stable on mishits than the classic cavity back design. A total shocker, for sure. So, after seeing all these different models, you're probably thinking, okay, I have to pick one. But what if you don't? Let's talk about the pro hack, building a combo set. This is seriously the smartest way to build a bag of irons. Think about it. Where do you need the most help? In your long irons, right? So you put a more forgiving club, like a P790 in the bag for your 4 and 5 iron. And where do you need the most precision? Your scoring clubs. So for your 8 and 9 wedge, you use something like a P770 or even a P7CB for maximum control. It really is the best of both worlds. And here are a couple of really popular ways to do it. You could go P790s in the long irons and then transition into the P770s. Or, hey, if you're a better player, maybe you start with P770s and then transition into the P7CBs for your scoring clubs. The point is, you're not just buying a set off the rack. You're building a custom set of surgical tools, each one designed perfectly for the job it needs to do. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground. Let's wrap this all up and find your fit. So here it is, the whole journey laid out right in front of you. You start as a beginner. You need maximum forgiveness. That's the Qi series. As you get better, you move into that P790, which gives you that great blend of forgiveness and feel. Then for the skilled amateur, the P770 offers more feel with still a bit of forgiveness. And finally, for the low handicap player, you're looking at the CB or TW for ultimate feel and control. You can literally see the progression right here. But let me leave you with one last piece of really great advice. If you're a newer golfer but you're serious about getting better, think about future-proofing your bag. You could buy the Qi irons, and they'd be great for a year, maybe 2, and then you'll outgrow them. But if you jump straight to the P790s, that's a club that has enough help for you now, but also has the performance that you can grow into for years and years to come. It's just a smarter, long-term investment in your game. And that's really what it all comes down to. In the end, the question isn't which club is the best. That's the wrong question. The real question is, what does your game need most right now? Is it maximum forgiveness or is it ultimate feel? Be honest with yourself, and that answer will point you to the exact right club for you in this entire lineup.